think about when you're born into a fire. Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose.
are back for some Stage 3 racing here at Legacy, Texas. Now, the decision made. Let's go back in time, get the sun back out, and let's run 70 more laps, which is the length of Stage 3. So this will be concluding the race that we saw earlier. Our championship 4 still remain all in contention, all still out there racing in this race. Of course, right now we've got Kyle Spees with 19 points. McCarthy and Lawrence both tied at 15 points apiece. Caleb McCarthy and Lawrence both have 15 points apiece, and Chris Reese with 12 points. And in this new session, only the top 4, these championship 4, the only 4 that qualified, so they'll get out there. Be Spees, McCarthy, Reese, and Lawrence, your top 4. And everyone else behind them. We've got all the competitors from the last session have joined us in this session. As now they've advanced the session and we are gridding here. So of course our grid, still our championship contenders up front. And there's Kyle Spees. Been fast all season, gonna be for Stage 3 here, starting back up front. It's gonna be a 70-lap race here. Caleb McCarthy, 2nd spot. Chris Reese, 3rd. And 4th, Christopher Lawrence. Of course, we'll have to see how these paints turn out, but that's not what Christopher Taka's car looks like. That is the 46 we saw him racing earlier, Kyle Gartner. Gonna roll off 5th, Jeffrey Vickery. He's out there in 8th, actually, but he's got a good-looking car right there, at number 21. There's Josh Anderson in the 7. Can't forget Kyle Gartner in the 49. Or Mike Harper. There in the 4 cars. We'll roll around. We'll get ready to go. Green flag this time around for a 70-lap race, or AKA Stage 3 of the race that we saw earlier. And as you can see, daylight. It's daylight outside. These drivers able to see once again. Sorry for the inconvenience on that first session, but the pace car about to dive in. We're getting ready to go green flag racing one more time. And into Stage 3, we haven't had a caution really, other than our 2-stage cautions. So we go green flag from Kyle Spees' point of view. Down into turn 1, Speed's already out to a pretty good lead. Three-tenths of a second. Lawrence has moved up from the 4th position up into 2nd. Now battling side by side. Well, nose to tail now with Chris Reese. Like I said earlier, we didn't have a lot of wrecks in that first session until it got dark. So expect to see maybe 70 green flag laps. It's certainly a possibility as Caleb McCarthy's now moved into the third position around Chris Reese. Chris Takas, there he is in the 46 as his paint was reloaded. Now we can see that orange and black Toyota Camry. Currently 5th position. He's been a front runner all day long. And the 24 getting pressure right now from Reese in the 62. Reese trying to make his way back forward once again. As these drivers are nose to tail down the backstretch. The 46 now getting into the conversation. 62 down low to the inside. It gets sideways. There he goes, sliding around. Chris Reese able to save it, but a couple of cars go by. The Takas in the 46 and the 49 of Gartner both get around Reese as he goes sideways down through turn 1 and 2. He'll fall back to 6th spot now. McCarthy in the 24. A little over 2 seconds behind Reese, who's our leader. Our leader in the 36, a half a second over Lawrence. These cars have 65% fuel, should be able to make it about 38 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel, so that's a little over halfway. Expect if we do go green, see some pit stops around lap between 32 and 38. Lawrence doing his best to reel in speeds, holding right out a half second back from the 36. Since we're able to bring you this action once again here, let's do something I like to call turn up the volume. You see Chris Reese, who fell back to 6th, has driven his way back into the top 4. Chris Reese not giving up here. We're 13 laps into stage 3. He and the 46 battling hard for the 4th position. Chris Takas in the 46 Toyota. Lawrence still right at a half second behind Spees, not really able to reel him in anymore. Maintaining that gap behind Kyle Spees, our leader. You see just how big of a gap there is to 3rd spot. And the drivers behind all 4 of our championship drivers in the frame there. And you see Chris Reese getting pressure from the 46 now side by side through the quad oval down the front stretch. Powers off turn number 2, able to maintain that side by side through the backstretch, but as they go down in to turn 3, the 46 really powers it down into the corner. Lawrence, he's making pressure right now on Spees, has run him down, now only a 10th out of the lead in 2nd spot. Lawrence trying to put the pressure on Spees. Spees gets a little bit of a gap out of the corner. Lawrence hard in. They are nose to tail down the backstretch now. Only a 10th separate the 2. The 9 looks slow as they go down through turn number 3. Getting a good run through the corner. We know Chris Lawrence here, very good at Legacy, Texas. Of course, Speed's pretty good just about everywhere we go. With a 4-point advantage, if the 9 wins the race the way their point standings are, that would be a 5-point advantage. So Speed's still going to have to win the race. Or have maybe the 46 or a third party win the race. Still nose to tail, only 0.08 of a second between the 2. Just mere inches separate the front bumper of the 9 and the back bumper of the 36. The 9 really giving a shove and pushing this 36 around the racetrack. Now to the inside, 9 takes a look. Down into turn 3, they're side by side. And we've got a new leader here at Texas Motor Speedway. We are 23 laps into the final stage. Don't look now, but Kayla McCarthy has joined that discussion. You see her right behind. She's just behind these top two and is reeling them in as she was a couple of seconds back. Now within a second of the top two as they are still racing for the top spot. So the way this final stage will work, first spot gets 40 points, second place 35 points. So as they run, that will put Chris Lawrence up by 1 point for the championship. So Lawrence out to 0.2 of a second. McCarthy is running these guys down. Also, Takas is coming as well. There's McCarthy just off the draft. If she can just reel these guys in just a little bit more, she can get a little bit of a tow around this track. As we're probably not too far from green flag pit stops. Now it's a 3-car battle for the lead. McCarthy tied with Lawrence, so if she gets up here and wins this race, this championship is hers. She's in the same situation as the 9. Really at this point, unless the third party gets up here, all 3 of these drivers, if any of them win, they will win the championship. They are battling 3 one-on-one here. Now the 24 takes a look low to the inside of the 9. This is the battle now for second spot. She's going to try and get around Lawrence and start heading up towards Spees. Down into the grass almost. She heard a little bit of a rumble from driving over that grass. She gets a run off the corner. She clears the 9 for second spot. Now she's going to try and run down Spees. As Takas has come up, he's only a little over a second and a half behind these top 3. He's running down. He was 2.5 seconds out, so if he gets up here and wins this race, then it's going to be hard for these drivers to beat. Spees has got a caution on the track. Shane Ledoux looks like he's gone around. We'll take a look. See exactly what happened to Shane Ledoux. Sideways out of the corner, and boy, it just snaps back. Hard into the outside wall, then down into the inside wall. There was our leaders going by. The caution comes out. But one more time, Shane Ledoux, a little loose off the corner. Snaps back. Hard to the outside wall and then down into the inside wall. Quite a bit of damage for Shane Ledoux. As we go back live, everybody down the pit lane. They should be able to make it from here, but it's going to be close. We've got all our competitors in the pit lane right now. All getting that service done. 36 out first, 24, 46 out third, the 9, then maybe the 49. No, it looks like maybe Chris Reese got out in front of the 49. And that will be the case. Chris Reese in 5th. Takis comes up and gets 3rd. So we saw there on the long run, Caleb McCarthy with a great run. Drives from a couple of seconds back all the way up around Lawrence. And into second spot. Was running down speeds when the caution come out. So Kyle Spees, our current championship leader among the 4. Caleb McCarthy, with as they run, would be 2nd. Chris Lawrence, as they run, would be 3rd. And Chris Reese would be 4th of our championship 4. But the way the points are right now, with only 4 points separating Spees and Lawrence, 40 points goes to the race winner, 35 points to second place. That 5-point difference would make up that 4 points between first and second. So if Spees, Lawrence, or McCarthy win this race, they'll win the championship. As we're reaching halfway, we'll go green right at halfway. Of course, this is Caleb McCarthy's home track. You know, you think of iRacing, a simulation, not really a home field advantage type of situation, because you don't have those real fans cheering you on. But I know for me, Bristol Motor Speedway is my home track. For some reason, I'm just fast there. I don't know if I spend more time there because I want to be fast there because it's my home track. But Kayla McCarthy is fast here. This is her home track. No surprise seeing her up here in the top 2. If she could just get around Spees and win this race, she'll win the championship. As we've got a green flag for Kyle Spees, he leads us off as we reach just one lap shy of halfway in the final stage for the championship. McCarthy, she sticks right with him here. Lawrence gets a good restart. He gets around Takis for the 3rd spot. Chris Reese with an issue. Not sure what happened to Chris Reese. He followed the pace car down pit lane. Looks like he may have had a penalty that he had to serve. And as the pace car come down pit lane, so did our championship contender, the 62 of Chris Reese. He comes down pit lane as well. But he gets back out on track. But he's running, but Chris Reese almost a lap down, as you see Kyle Spees coming behind, along with Caleb McCarthy, Chris Lawrence, 1, 2, 3. Our top four getting out to a little bit of a gap here. Ooh, the 9 sideways. The 46 doesn't, oh, they touch. The 9 able to save it, but that's going to gap these top two away from third, fourth, and the rest of the field. The 49 of Gartner, he's running up here now, trying to take a swipe to get around down to the inside of Lawrence. Not going to be able to do it right now. These two with very similar paint schemes. Same sponsor. Blackgate Security Agency for both Chris Lawrence and Kyle Gartner. So no worry about Kyle Gartner making a move on Lawrence maybe. But Lawrence with that big slide here early in the run, these guys should be able to make it to the end of the run on fuel. So as you see a little touch into the wall there, as we've got a race for the lead. McCarthy just 1/10 off the lead, looking low now. Is she going to be able to take the lead this early? We've seen her be better on the long run. It's kind of surprising to see her up here this quick into the run, but giving a lot of pressure to Speeds for the lead. She's got a nose in there. 36 comes down. The 24 tags that apron a little bit. This is allowing the 46 to catch these two. Still nose to tail down the backstretch. Takas now 7/10 of a second. He is reeling in these top two very quickly. Now only a half second back. He's quick. As McCarthy not able to get a run good enough to get around Spees. Spees has got to either win this race, or if the 46 wins, then he's just got to finish, really just not finish 5 spots behind McCarthy or Lawrence. So the 46, he's coming up there on the outside. That's going to allow McCarthy to get low around the 36, and the 46 back to the back bumper of McCarthy down the backstretch now to the inside. So the 24 is going to move back into second spot. She's going to try and keep up with Takas, and maybe his tires will burn up, but there's still a lot of racing left to go. 25 laps, that is, here at Legacy, Texas. Spees is staying within contention. Right there in third, Chris Lawrence, who had a slip up earlier and was a couple of seconds behind, has now driven up 9/10 of a second off the lead. He's right there behind the two other championship contenders. And among the 4 championship contenders, Chris Reese may be the quickest, as he was just barely in front of the leaders after serving a penalty. and has pulled out a good ways over our top drivers, but not going to be able to have a chance at this championship without a caution, probably a wreck involving our top three, is what Chris Reese is going to need to win this championship. There's our leaders. McCarthy 0.3 of a second back with 23 to go. She has got to get around the 46 to win the championship. She's not letting him get away, but see Spees and Lawrence battling. Spees will win this championship as long as the 46 is in the lead. I thought with the 9 sliding those tires real bad, that would affect him. Greater than it has, but Spees is kind of off the pace from where he was running earlier. The 9 now looking low as you've got both the 49 and the 69 right behind these two. And if the 36 of Spees loses all those positions, then that's going to bode well for McCarthy. But really for McCarthy, she's got to win this race. No questions asked. If she wins this race, she wins the championship. We're coming down to just 19 laps to go. Only 2/10 separate the top two, and these two pulling away from the rest of the field. But as they run right now, Kyle Spees would be our champion. And there's McCarthy working hard inside that car, trying to run down Takas as he is starting to pull away a little bit. 0.4 of a second now over McCarthy in second spot, and you see him right up there in front of her. And she's doing everything she can to try and save these tires and maybe make another run within 10 to go. She's not really letting him get away. See, they're starting to catch some lap traffic. A couple of cars up there in front of them may play a little bit of a factor. These two really pulling away from the ones behind. As the 9 of Lawrence has gotten around Spees. Spees now trying to hold off Gartner and the 69 of Hunsucker. If both of these cars get around Spees, then that may give Kayla McCarthy the championship. They're right there, but not really able to get around. The 69 of Hunsucker gets a good run, has to take it to the bottom. Not able to really do a whole lot with it, though. As they run right now, this championship is Spees. If these two cars get around Spees, then that would give the championship to McCarthy. If McCarthy gets around the 46 and wins the race, this championship would go to McCarthy. The 21 of Vickery starting to reel this group in as well. Kayla McCarthy up front. She's trying to save those tires for the last 5 or 6 laps. Has reeled in Takas by about 1/10, but not sure it's going to be enough. Lawrence, he was over 3 seconds back, now only 2.5 out. The question is, can Gartner, Hunsucker, or Vickery get around Spees, or are they just going to ride behind him? By riding behind him, they're basically handing him this championship if McCarthy can't get around the 46. Vickery sideways off turn 2, able to stay to the inside of the 69 of Hunsucker. McCarthy giving it her best effort. Of a 0.7 of a second off the lead. Lawrence has gained over a second now, but still sits third, 2.2 seconds off. Now only a half second between Takas and McCarthy. To go. It is go time for Kayla McCarthy. She's beginning to run down the 46. Is there enough time? 8 laps left. Can Kayla McCarthy run down the 46 and get around this Toyota of Christopher Takas? Our championship 4 are Kayla McCarthy, currently second. Christopher Lawrence in third. Kyle Spees in fourth. And Chris Reese running 11th right now. As they sit with points, Spees with 19. Lawrence with 15. McCarthy with 15. And Reese with 12. So Kayla McCarthy needs to get around Takas. She'll get 40 points for the win. That would give her enough to pass Spees for the championship. She's got a great run. She's there. 1/10 now off the lead. Oh, right to the back bumper. Maybe a little bit of a block from the 46. As Lawrence is now 1.2 seconds off. There goes the 24 to the inside. Kayla McCarthy, she takes the lead. Let's see if she can get a little bit of a gap over the 46. That's what she needs to do, as we've got 5 laps to go here at Legacy, Texas for the championship of the Rebel Racing League. She's beginning to gap that 46 a little bit. Lawrence now 1.4 seconds out. You see him back there. 1.5 seconds as McCarthy, once she got around the 46, has really been able to pull away in that 1 lap. Kyle Speed sits 4th. Hunsucker, Gartner, and Vickery all right there behind him as well. Kayla McCarthy with 4 laps to go. Now down to 3 as she's 0.6 of a second over Takas. She's got to win this race to win the championship. She's up over half second. Takas reeled her back in a little bit that lap. 0.4 of a second now with 2 laps to go. As we come down to the white flag, Kayla McCarthy out front. She's got to hold on this late charge from Takas in second. Lawrence is in third, Spees in fourth. And then Chris Reese is currently 10th spot. Takas has got back to within 0.2, but it's not going to be enough as they come off turn 4. And Kayla McCarthy's going to win the race. We'll tally up the points, but I think it's going to be close. Kayla with 40 points for the final. Lawrence finishing 4th. He'll get 33 points. 34 points for Spees. That'll give Kayla 55 points. And Spees 53 points. And Lawrence with 48 points. Looks like Kayla McCarthy may be out of fuel. So a fuel mileage race there at the end, looks like. So let's take a word from our top finishers. First, let's see if we can get a word from Christopher Lawrence. Hey, Chris, it's Dakota. You got a copy?
I do, Dakota.
Hey, you come home in 4th spot. A good race, a long green flag run there at the end. How do you feel that your championship race come out there?
It's a disappointing night, obviously, anytime you don't win. But, we can't really complain. We had a light issue earlier. Coming out, it was a different track, so it took a little adaptation there to try to get back into the groove. But yeah, overall a little disappointing. But congratulations to Kayla McCarthy. She did awesome tonight. Definitely deserves the championship.
All right. Well, you got anybody you'd like to thank here on this final race?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody in the league, everybody that showed up tonight, all the drivers. We really have a great group of guys here and girls, great group of drivers come out every week and put on a good show and try to drive hard and clean. I really want to thank them for coming out. Without them, really we wouldn't have a league. And also thank you and Throttle Up. You guys awesome broadcast. And then lastly, my teammates, Kyle Spees, Caleb McCarthy, Stephen Ford, awesome help this year. And a big shout out to Chris Reese in the championship. It was a great racing with them all this year.
Well, good job, Christopher Lawrence. And, we won't be talking to you next week, but we'll be talking to you season 2.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to having you back.
Thank you. All right, that was Christopher Lawrence. He finished 4th. Let's see if we can get a word with Chris Reese. He come home 9th. Hey, Chris Reese, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Loud and clear, buddy. Loud and clear.
Hey, man, you come home 9th. Looks like you may have had a penalty there, but you come back out there. I think you were the fastest car on the track. You come out just in front of those cars, and you kind of run away from them. I was hoping for a caution to maybe give you another chance at it.
Well, what happened was, as we're coming to the green there, I checked my fuel calculator, and it was telling me there was no way we could make it. So I decided to duck in there at the last minute and get enough fuel to where I could, and they saved just enough, it looked like, 'cause most of them were running out either at the finish line or on their cool-down lap.
It's a little bit of pit strategy. I see, but you were very quick there at the end. You had a great season. You come home 9th in this final race. You got anybody to like to thank on this one?
Yeah, first I want to congratulate that 24 car on, I believe she's won the championship from what I heard, and her, of course, a race win. She had a great season, ran a great race. Congratulations to her. I want to give a big thanks to Spees and Lawrence both, or big congratulations to both of them for the great season they've had. I can't wait for next season. I want to thank Refab Inc., SeaTac Photo Design, Blackgate, and of course you for putting these on for us, especially through our little bit of light issues we had here earlier. And as always, my wife for putting up with me.
Well, thank you, and a great season, and hopefully you'll be back next season, because I'll be back, and I enjoy watching you all race.
No, I'll definitely be back. Just hopefully I can catch that 29 in the or 24 and 39 a little more often, or 36, whatever Spees is.
All right, well, good job on a great season, and hopefully you pull it off next season.
Thank you.
That was 9th place finisher and 4th place in the championship, Chris Reese. We'll see if we can get a word with Kyle Spees before we talk to our champion. Hey, Kyle, it's Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Hey, man, you come home there in 3rd. Looks like maybe, not sure if it was the fuel run or the tires, but you kind of dropped back there. But you had a great season, and you come home 2nd in the championship.
Yep. Yeah, just unfortunate. Had to switch over. I think I had the one in the bag on the other session. We just had to swap. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, an interesting situation there with the lights. But you were dominant all season, and nothing to be to frown about other than maybe just this last race. Very dominant all year. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Kyle?
Yeah, I just appreciate my family watching all season. It's unfortunate had to end the way it did. Appreciate mom, grandma, dad, or girlfriend watching. Appreciate you in the booth doing it all season. It was a fun season.
Yep, we'll be back for next season, and hopefully you'll get it pulled off next year.
Thank you.
A disappointed Kyle Spees, certainly the favorite coming in. But let's take a word from our champion, Caleb McCarthy. Hey, Caleb, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I sure do, man.
Hey, we had a situation there earlier with the lights, and in the first couple of stages, you come out with 15 stage points total. You really had to win that race there at the end. What were you thinking there, trying to save fuel, trying to run down the 46? I'm sure you knew you had to win that race to get the championship.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured because of how close Lawrence and I was, and how close Spees and we were all real close in points. We were all close going into this thing. I knew Spees was kind of saving fuel. I was right there saving fuel with him. I knew when I got to about 3/4 of a lap to ish that I could go. And when I pulled my move, I knew I had to go, and I was still saving a little bit out front, and just timed it perfectly, man. What a better way to top off the season.
Yeah, I mean, a great season from you overall. But to come home, win the final race through adversity, you come through in a real tough race, had to make 2 sessions out of it. But man, great job, Kayla. Congratulations. Got anybody like to thank on this one?
Yeah, I got to thank my teammates, Kyle Spees, Chris Lawrence, Ford, Rebel Racing. These guys put on a heck of a league. Thank you for the broadcast. And I got to thank my wife, first of all. I don't think I've ever been so excited in my life to get a win, just because these guys are so competitive, and they're so good. I think, honestly, this season has been adversity for us. We've had a lot of adversity in the playoffs, and it's good to cap it off.
Yeah, you kind of had a bad race there at the beginning of the playoffs, and to make your way into this Final Four, you had to have a heck of a few races after that, and then you get in here and just fuel mileage. You did such a great job. It was so much fun to watch and so much fun to call. So congratulations, Kayla, on your championship.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
And that was our champion, Kayla McCarthy, for the Rebel Racing League championship race. A fantastic job to all of our top 4. Chris Reese, Christopher Lawrence, Kyle Spees, Kayla McCarthy. Just a great season, and I will be back for season 2 of the Rebel Racing League. We'll give a date on when that'll start very soon. And as for now, we'll just be on Sunday nights for the Southern Excitement Racing League. See if Bill Stringfellow could follow up his win this coming week at Talladega. That'll be on Sunday night. And we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Everybody who's stuck with your favorite driver all year long. It's always fun to keep up with your friends or your family when they're doing something like this. And the drivers really appreciate it. I know I do when I'm driving, and my friends and family are keeping up with it. So appreciate everybody for watching. I know it took 2 sessions to get this one in, but a great race and a great season overall from the Rebel Racing crew. Until next time, we will see you all around.